Sorry for the delay in between breakdowns. I will explain what's going on relatively soon, hopefully. It's good news, potentially really good news, but back burner. So, anywho, the person that won the last contest, which is kind of the only thing I have time to do now, is contests in order to determine breakdowns, requested that I do another skill builder. If you haven't seen the one that I did on beginner striking, check it out. It's on this channel. I left some links for some other grappling things that I've done in the past. Some are on Facebook, etc. So this one will be the part 2 grappling takedowns specifically. So I put that I'm not a fan of this personally. It's not the worst if you've already developed this technique of sliding in with your knee. The idea is to split and get deep, use your shoulder after the level change. Also, by sliding like this with your knee, it's going to kind of force you to drop your level correctly. But it's a bit slow and it's a little outdated, and I just don't feel like it's the best for MMA purposes. So I obviously have to show you an alternative, which would be to just not do that at all. And a couple things I want you to notice here is the direction in which they're showing you should be moving your head. And this is under the assumption that you would have control of both legs. You would be kind of pushing them towards the screen or towards the viewer, while your head would be pushing in the direction of that red arrow. You'll see some of that in the video that I have later. And just kind of this is just silly animation, but just remembering to drop your level to avoid strikes on the way in, because we've seen it 1,000 times, people getting clipped, and the lower you are to the ground, the safer you are. So back to the original premise. This is a nice little animation that I found on Google. This is how to do a blast double. I don't know why it says 2 for, but a blast double is a reference to kind of leading with your head into the sternum or the solar plexus. Where you see in the top right hand corner, you see kind of the universal no symbol. The head is down and kind of to the outside. You want your chin up. So when I say lead with your head, you're actually leading with your chin. Again, it's all about guillotine avoidance, really, when it comes to the things that I was pointing out there. Same thing here. You want your head inside, and it's not just to keep you safe. It's also a fulcrum point, really, to drive your opponent. This person has good form. The hands are high, head is inside and above the knee. And you can probably see some potential trips there. So I put this as beginner, although done at a very advanced level, a proactive double leg. And of course, who better than GSP? This was UFC 100. I only put this in to be festive. Of course, I'm kidding. Now, this is the leg scoop and the head moving in two opposite directions, slowed down so you can see what I mean. So here he is. He's clasped both legs. There's his head going away from you while his arms are coming toward you. For the intermediate double leg, I use George again, and this one is a reactive. And the only real difference between the two is whether or not you were the one that engaged the takedown, or if you're the one that is using it as a counter and immediately into guard pass, which would be my next one if I were to do one. Onto the advanced. This is they call them running judo throws. It's a knee tap or a knee pick. I think knee tap is more applicable for this. From the clinch, clinched up with Hall of Famer and fantastic grappler Matt Hughes. And the trick here is, again, a level change, and see how he takes his right arm low behind the knee, hence the title of pick, and he's running toward him by shrugging up high with his own shoulder. So again, it's fulcrum points. Just keep that in mind with takedowns. So another advanced one. This is a caught kick. This is everyone's favorite Fedor. Heath Herring going for a really horrible and sloppy switch kick. Fedor catches that and converts a single into a suplex, which is pretty cool. See how he took that leg and kind of put it around in order to take the back for that gut wrench. So here's some defense and defensive ideas. Obviously a sprawl. And I put the definition for everyone to read. I hope you know how to read. You can always pause these, everyone. And who better than the Iceman to sort of exemplify the sprawl and brawl concept? I know a good majority of you are kind of strikers first on my channel, so again, pause and read if need be. Um, this is a segment sprawling from the outside by a guy named Kenny Johnson. He's a Black House wrestling coach, and the three H's, those are kind of my own. Is head, which is the opponent's head you need to control when you sprawl. Hips, which are your own, which you need to keep away from the opponent, and hooks, over and under, meaning your arms.
This is a sprawl
So
from
let's
the
listen
outside.
in.
So this is before he gets your leg. So the drill is to not let him get into your leg. Because sometimes the guy's going to shoot and you're going to beat him to the punch. So whether I'm in my stance in here and he shoots, as he goes to shoot, I'm back. I'm not letting him get my leg. So
Okay, here's an example with the underhook, in case you don't know.
if he shoots first one, the head's on the inside. I'm catching him in my hands in the between, called the down block.
So here he shows a few transitions once you've kind of achieved sprawl, and obviously this guy's pretty high level because you'll see the fluidity at which, you'll see like right here he could use that left arm to chop down.
Now, it's up to you. You want to...
And I put for strikers, this is probably the best approach, what he just did right there to kind of push off and reset.
Stand back up.
Listen in.
You want to pull him in, get his weight here, take the back. You want to go to the seatbelt from here.
Very nice.
Come back here.
Cool
You
back
want to
kick.
drop down, looking for
There
your
you go.
submission.
Stars.
Everything's up to you
Anaconda.
from there.
Okay, so here's another advanced one. I put this in my Anderson Silva breakdown, actually, against Nate Marquardt. It's a single leg reversal, and Anderson likes to always, when someone gets one leg, put their head to the outside and see how he kind of gets around and turns it into his own single leg of sorts. It's a really nice reversal. See, Nate made the mistake of having his head on the outside, and Anderson's not much of a guillotine type guy, so instead he'll reverse and ground strike. And that didn't last much longer. Another really good advanced counter and or defensive technique would be a Whizzer, which is kind of like a sideways overhook into an Uchimata, which is a judo throw where you put your leg in between the opponents and rise it while you get them to the ground. This is Cub Swanson when he was really in his prime against Seaver, when he was juiced to the gills. And watch, there's the Whizzer. See the leg. Beautiful stuff. He was kind of outer for it to be an Uchimata, but we'll take it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and if you have any suggestions for the next breakdown, I'll probably leave my own comments, like 5 or 6 of concepts, and I'll have everyone vote by thumbing up the concepts that I list. So that's how we'll decide the next breakdown. And thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoy. Cheers.